It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. For a spot in the NFC Championship game, this one is underway. He's going to field this at the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, you can't do it better than that.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Couldn't find a completion on first down.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Lone back gets the handoff. He hits the lane for about 7. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
3rd and just 2 to go. They send a man in motion. Here he is on 3rd and short. That's caught for the first. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Gets it to the 15. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed
And he makes the catch, but he will not get the feet down. Oh, Brock, that could have been a highlight reel touchdown. Instead, just an incompletion. No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. He's dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Picked by the rookie from Wisconsin. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
He's running with it. And he's escorted out of bounds, but not before driving them up near the 25. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it'll be first down Bears.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Oh.
Williams on first down. Escapes the pocket. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Connects downfield, on target to Burton. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The ball's on the 48. Here we go, first down. Here's the one back on the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At their 49-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check go, lady. Patty.
So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Deputy! Liking 18!
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
The Packers take their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Axel!
Now a give on the counter. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Off the play fake, Williams. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now. Working quickly here.
That's another Bears 1st down.
Slam left.
1st down and goal to go.
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bears have a great first drive and get the game's first points. No doubt about it, Brock. They are trying to take him out of this game from the start. And a touchdown on the opening drive, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations, Kate, where you and I up here in this booth, we can hear it and we can feel it. This crowd senses an opportunity to dig those opponents an early hole that before long it might become the grave their season rests in if they don't respond.
The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Back to work after throwing the pick. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was, how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Handoff now out of the gun. And they'll fly ahead for a few. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throw here, 3rd down. Should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. But 2 in a row now slipped away. The Packers send out their punting unit. before that return amounts to much. They bring him down.
Take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. Running this one left. There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Now Williams. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He was looking for Colston Loveland. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Third down. Here's Williams. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Chicago brings out the punting unit. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. It's an early lead for the Bears. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They got this after forcing a punt at the end of one. Back now, pressure coming. This is complete. It's Matthew Golden. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. It's not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Motioning Williams left. Second down, looking for options. Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. We've set it down from 37. To the air now on 1st and 10. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. Second down coming up.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on 1st down. He's going to throw it again. Escapes the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Buys time, rolling right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Williams off the play fake. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. will take over just outside the red zone as he goes out of bounds.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers parlay the interception into points. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return starts from the goal line. Good work so far. He's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
At their own 35-yard line.
Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10. Going play action. Williams. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Plowing up the middle. He's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
They give it to him again. Finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a 2nd quarter lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
The Bears kicking team all ready to go, and they kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Sending him on the dive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Throwing now off the play action. Absolutely fires this one right side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Feels this clean at the 30. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Williams on the play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Third and long for him here. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Torrey. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he can't find anything as he goes out of bounds. Nothing on that return.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the legendary venues in the sport, historic Soldier Field.